Christmasers, welcome to my moody dining room. Welcome to my house. Caden's home from school today. He's watching Mr. Beast, and we're gonna try to film this for you. The dining room in my house. This room has been painted twice this year. First, I painted it this really beautiful, like emerald green color. It looked like Christmas, but it felt a little aggressive on the ceiling. So then I went to this beautiful soft black. Did I paint my dining room? Because I found this giant poinsettia. Did I paint the whole dining room because of this flower? Yes, I did. Was it worth it? Yes, it was. I found these this year. I had to have them. And I'm not gonna tell you how many I have, but I have not all of them, but I have most of them. So the room was painted specifically for this flower twice. And my vision that I had was that I want the flowers growing off the wall. I want basically the entire back wall to look like a floral wall. I want it to look 3D. And in my brain, I know how this is going to happen. My vision really is I want to use lattice. We use lattice when we did the ceiling upstairs. We have some left over. We have a piece left over from the Halloween porch last year. I keep seeing it in our headquarters and I'm like, we're gonna get rid of it. So we're gonna use lattice. I want to use the wood. I'm gonna have Elf Kylie paint it to match my walls, so it'll be a little camouflage. And then I'm gonna put some big ass screws into my wall. And by me, I mean Kyle. My thought is we just use a piece here, a larger piece here, and a third piece here. 3 panels, 6 screws. The thought was, oh, I can't put holes. I'm gonna put 6 holes in my walls. I'm gonna put 6 big holes in the wall. They're really not big. But I'm gonna do, well, and Kyle, 2, 2, and 2, and that's gonna hold all of the weight of all of this that I'm going to build. But I get so many comments of my husband would kill me if I put holes in my wall. No, he won't. First of all, like what if you were hanging a picture of your kid or your dog? Your husband's not going to kill you. It's a hole in the wall. Unless you're renting something, this should not be a big deal. It shouldn't even be something we think about. And honestly, even if you're renting something and you know the color of your walls, stop being so dramatic. It's so annoying. Okay. This is called spackle. This comes in this one little container. There's a little like thing to swipe it and you can sand it right down and you can add texture if you need to. Spackle, so easy. Touch-up paint, you always should know 1, the color of your walls, and 2, the finish. You should write it down. You should keep it in a home document. I call it our little black book. The little black book for our house is anything you could ever need to know about anything I do. What kind of tile do I have on my backsplash? Hold on, it's in my little black book. What color is the paint? In my dining room, the 3rd color over, hold on, it's in my little black book. I don't need to ask because I already know, and you should know the answer too. Because touching it up, once you spackle it, it's just like boom, 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 and then you can like feather it into the wall and no one will know about the hooks. So back to the holes. We're putting holes in our walls. We're gonna hang the lattice and then I'm gonna build with my, I have 3 different sizes of this beautiful black poinsettia. All of them are black. I like black. If you don't like it, that's fine, but we don't need to hear, that's not the conversation today. This is just about some cool, badass, neat thing that's gonna happen in my house that's gonna bring me great joy. Okay, we started this project like 5 days ago, and we walked away and we've been living in pure and utter chaos since then. We've had Elf Assist who've been fluffing the poinsettias. Are these ridiculous? Can you see what's gonna happen here? It's gonna be all my dreams come true. Okay, so we've hung all the lattice. Kyle cut it just a little bit short and he has added some S-hooks and that's okay. It doesn't always go as planned, but I appreciate, Kyle, that you did not put extra holes in the wall. But if he did, guess what? It'd have been fine too. I'm gonna start on this side just because I like to make things complicated. Will my ladder fit? And this is my plan. I'm going to use these giant gorgeous poinsettias. I'm going to cut them and I'm just going to start dropping them in to make my organic pattern. This is a very, very simple concept, as most concepts are, but the execution of this concept is going to be what makes it so wowing because it's extra. Whether I was using ornaments, whether I was just using greenery, whether you're using balloons, whether you're using giant velvet glitter kiss poinsettias, the whole entire point is just to make it feel as extra as possible. And if you're me, the point is to make it feel as there has been no other extra thing that ever existed. So I have there's 3 different poinsettias in my recipe. And the goal is I want the wall to look like it's growing black velvet poinsettias. So I cut the poinsettia and then I've just bent this over. And I'm going to stick it in my lattice. Technically, the tutorial could be over right now, but then you wouldn't see what it looked like when I was done. Have you noticed my light bulbs? They are all different colors. When we were doing the test of what we liked, Kyle bought 3 different temperatures. 4. Okay, 4 different temperatures, and he put them all in here, and I felt like it gave it a really pretty ombre effect. So if you're so distracted by my beautiful crystal weird color, that's how we achieve that.
Giddy up, ombre.
The petals have metal in them, the wires. So all I'm doing is kind of letting them, giving them their own shape. So every single one's gonna look a little bit different. That's the goal, because you don't want any uniformity. Well, I don't want any uniformity. It's really important to me, no matter what I'm doing, that it is aesthetic and beautiful up close. Because it's very easy to make something and have it be like, oh, it's so pretty from a distance. I show you a lot of close-ups of what I'm making because up close, the detail, I don't miss a detail. I would, right? Do I miss a detail ever?
You don't want to miss a thing.
I don't. That was so much self-control you just flexed right there. I don't want to miss details, but I love the beauty, the detail up close. And so when you look at this, if you see like you're not going to see any tails, you're not going to see wires. It's going to be just like a tree. It's just going to be like, you won't even know where to look because everything's pretty. A lot of these are kind of just teetering in there. Like this will come down in seconds because it's just so loose, but it's a little bit of a weight distribution, the way I have them teetering and then the way they're falling out. I also think it helps with like making them look stylish. Yeah, I think people could be horrified that the stems are being cut off, that it's black and it's not very Christmassy. Christmas does not live in a color, it lives in your heart. It's the spirit here.
The black dahlia or Christmas?
I don't know. Was that just a joke? I didn't understand.
Bad joke.
Oh, okay. Guess who's back? We're back. We're back. It's like 3 weeks later. I have been looking at my dining room not completed for 3 weeks. Every day when I walk up my staircase to go to bed, I just am like, ugh. And I know that actually is reality. You take your ornaments out of the box and you're like, I'm gonna decorate the tree. And then the kids get sick or work's calling or you just don't want to, right? I can't wait to decorate my Christmas tree. No, just kidding, I don't want to. I actually couldn't wait to finish this project. We ran out of poinsettias, if you all knew, you were calling that. I did go in and add a few down here to get my organic shape. And I did that and I was gonna use commands and I thought it's not gonna work. So instead I used a staple gun and I just put 1 staple on each leaf. Nobody's ever gonna see the holes. It's a really dark room. And I just don't care at this point. I just want my house decorated. So I have my poinsettias, they're fluffed. We're going to go in. Elf Kylie is here, Kyle is here, Dasher and Noelle are here. And we have to pick Kanan up in 30 minutes. So my dining room's gonna be done in 30 minutes. That makes me feel so happy. We're going to build. I had a vision, remember? You're like, no, Gina, we don't have to remember. We're watching your video. But it was a long time ago for me when we started this. I do have the same shirt on though, so in the reel, it looks like it's the same day, even though I think I even got a haircut in between there. So we're going to go in and build the poinsettias growing. It's the vision. Growing off the wine rack. I know it's dark and moody, but I love this. I love this for me. And then I have a beautiful display happening and you'll get to see the whole shebang. Just let Dasher come in, he clearly wants to. Okay, let's go. I can't believe we waited so long. I have my base garland on the wine rack and I'm just gonna wrap this around. Notice my shirt pops up. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. Feel free to come in and help, Kyle.
Coming, dear.
Yeah. We really want to get that height. I'm not taking this down this year. So everybody knows this is gonna have to stay. Everyone always is surprised the house isn't decorated all year. And I'm like, no, it comes down. This year, it's totally getting to stay. I am gonna add in a little greenery on this. Kind of like making a flower arrangement is what it feels like. I think all people who are creative and passionate are moody. Kyle is not moody. I wasn't insulting you. that wasn't an insult. It wasn't. I know it sounded like one when I said it.
We got an X off passionate and X off creative.
You're passionate about.
Love.
That is how you are. You've got some creativity. It's different from mine, and you're my best friend. So there's that. I'm taking the garland for anybody else who's going to create this goth look at their house, and I'm actually wrapping it around this branch or this petal in the poinsettia. I'm wrapping it around right there, and that's how I'm holding it in. It's the same way I did it on my piano. Okay, I am gonna go in and add a little bit of greenery through this because I don't want the base garland showing. Not that it's not nice, it's super nice. It's just not the greenery I want showing. And I'm going to shove them in. This is where I brighten it up a little bit. And I'm gonna carry that brightness through in my centerpiece. That was for real. See how I just ended it like that? So glamorous. My glamorous dining room. I had to do it. Okay. We are done with that. Is it beautiful? Let me check it out. Now let's do the table. Fast so we can pick up the kids. Let me see. That is spectacular. Wow. These are just my purse boxes, old handbag boxes. I keep them because they're just really well made. You're not just buying the handbag, you're buying the box too. Okay, Kyle, bring that in, it's so heavy. I found this at it was a one-off, it was silver, which doesn't match my house, so Kylie painted it. It took so many cans of paint. Oh my gosh, it's such a showpiece though. We have filled it with our Luminara candles, which are my favorite. This room always has these tapers, usually in like individual candle holders, but are you trying to dust it? Is that what you're doing?
Straight in the tapers.
They're a little wonky. We'll fix them. So pretty though. Why did I do that if I'm building a centerpiece? Because first of all, I made the entire back, this looks so pretty. The back wall is so dramatic. This is gonna bring in some softness and a little bit of color. I made some ornament garlands. This rosy color was in my upside down tree last year and I love it and I didn't want it to go to waste. So I just laced these together. This one has more height, so I used the larger ornament. Oh, it looks so pretty. Look what I just made. The reason this is a fantastic centerpiece, albeit something that makes my table not usable, when I want to use my table for the holidays, this entire display can become a display for a buffet. And I have a buffet because I don't cook. And when I need to set out the catering and make it look like I cooked it, then I have to have something like super fabulous. And this is that display. So it just kind of moves around however I need it to move. Everything is movable. Minutes, just minutes. I can see this because I have a mirror right here. So when I'm coming up my stairs or walking this direction, what I see, that looks so pretty. Oh my goodness. I made that. You see how pretty that looks, Kyle?
Beautiful.
I made it for you too. Oh, Kylie, you get to look at it all the time too. Wow. Gosh.
We should do this in every room.
We should do this. We did. We did. That's why it took us so long. With the funny thing is it really didn't take very long at all, and I do feel a little bit bad that I didn't do it sooner. So I'm gonna add some greenery in. These are loose picks, also picks that will just become part of, I need to count how many I have. It'll become part of the buffet display. So I'm splitting up my recipe so I can doing some cooking with Christmas. It's all the cooking I'm doing. I made you some cooking things for Christmas, which are actually hysterical. Wait till you see them. I'm just tucking these in. There's into the wire, into the ball garland. It will fill the holes of the ball garland and it'll just look like fresh greenery is coming out. But it won't make me feel allergic. This is all things I already owned. I didn't buy anything. I had it. I'm just moving it and recycling it, repurposing it to a different room in the house. I have no idea if it's as pretty as I think it looks, but I like it. This is, my dining room is finally done. With minutes to spare to pick up Canaan. We may not have it all together, but we are thriving. Thank you for persisting with us today.